All right, guys, this is DreamTechMedia's podcast number 1. We got Daniel Pretzer and Adam Maragos with us. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
You guys have a good holiday?
What's that?
You guys have a good holiday?
Let's talk about your holidays.
Oh God.
How was the Christmas vacation? Let's hear about it.
The break was dramatic. I'm just gonna say the one thing. I witnessed my cat going through a heart attack. And I performed CPR on my cat.
So, how does that work, man?
So, okay. I was sitting in the living room, and I was just watching TV, and my super quiet cat just starts meowing super loud. And just like, when she started doing that, I was like, there's something wrong here. And then she started shaking, and she fell over, and she pooped herself. Pooped all over the floor. I was like, well, I was like thinking, I was like panicking for a second. I was like, oh, damn, I know CPR. So I'm like, I had to look up where the heart on a cat was because I didn't know.
That had to be a hell of a mess to clean up.
It wasn't too bad.
Is that what you got for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's a shitty Christmas present,
Good one, man.
But no, Christmas was good other than that drama.
You don't hear about those kind of stories, the heart attacks on cats and
Well,
dogs. It's crazy.
my dad's friend, a couple of years ago, his dog stopped breathing and shit like that. And he didn't know CPR, so he grabbed the air compressor and blew it into the dog's nose or whatever, or mouth.
Oh, poor dog.
The dog was revived by that.
What?
Yeah.
What? That's one to tell the grandkids right there.
Yeah, jeez.
Saved the dog with an air compressor.
I'm so badass. I saved a dog with an air compressor.
Holy shit.
How about yours, Adam? How about your holiday, Adam?
It was good. Before Christmas even started, I got a new guitar, so I've been playing that a lot.
What kind of guitar is it?
It's an American Standard Strat. It's pretty expensive, but it's worth the cash. And and then I went to Terry Peak in South Dakota and hot tubbed in the mountains, and it was pretty badass.
Pretty fun.
So I'm refreshed. I feel like the break has done its job.
It's done its duty.
Ready to go back to school?
How was
Are you
it?
ready?
No, that's a lie. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
How was the hot tubbing out in the winter? Pretty fun.
Yeah,
I find that to be an enjoyable thing. Just kind of.
it kind of sucks getting in because you're walking on snow barefoot, and then you got to put your feet in like this really hot water, and it just hurts. Like it hurts for a while.
It's pretty fun running back and forth between the snow, the cabin, and the hot tub. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, when you go in the hot tub, is it just, like, your body? Like, when you walk in, is your head the only thing sticking out?
It's like up to here.
Oh,
So it's like
yeah.
shoulders, kind of halfway shoulders, and then...
Dude,
Have you been in a hot tub?
Yeah, I've been in a hot tub. I remember doing it in the winter at a friend's house, like, back in middle school. And I remember just not having much fun from it. We were just sitting there and no one was really talking.
Oh.
Well, it was middle school. We were all awkward by
that makes
nature,
sense.
but
Yeah.
There's girls here.
like,
Oh.
what the heck, man?
Yeah.
So, with the new year coming in, any New Year's resolution? Let's talk about that.
Ooh.
Anything like that going on, guys?
No.
New year, new
No.
me kind of deal?
You always said them.
Complex.
It's hard to stick with them.
It is.
I mean, just be a better person. That's about all I really had.
Yeah, I didn't really make one.
I feel like everyone, like, no matter who you are, always has this one resolution, no matter what, and that's always I want to get in better shape this year.
Yeah.
Like everyone has that thought. I feel like it's like December December 30th comes around and you're just kind of sitting there eating a snack or something, and you're just like, you know what? 2017's coming. I'm gonna get in good shape this year.
You're eating all the Christmas food. Your gut starts hanging a little bit over your pants. You're like, okay.
Well, 2017. Then in 2017 comes, you're like, yeah.
You do it for like one day, and you're like, I'm never doing that again.
No, I can see why I didn't do it in 2016.
Well, it's because, like, people have that thought. It's because they eat so much crap in Christmas. Like, all the Christmas goodies, like baked goods and all the food. And
So good, though.
it's delicious.
Your stomach like grows.
Yeah.
It's almost too much. You can't even. You're like, where do I look? What should I grab? You know.
What do I eat?
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
I have 5
I
lunches.
can't look.
5 lunches today. What do I eat for my 5th lunch?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, I was scared to try eggnog.
Eggnog.
I tried eggnog this last year. Yeah, you gave me
You were
eggnog.
scared, like, oh shit.
Well, it looks like milk, and it's
milk?
not milk, and I love milk.
It's like cat
So you're tempted to just chug it, just.
I'm like, oh shit, it's milk. I've done that with butter and frosting at a wedding, where it's like, oh, it's a spoonful of frosting. It was butter. I was like, screw this.
Yeah, I don't mind eggnog. I just don't like when people put like the nutmeg or something on it.
Yep.
They put the stuff on top of it, so
that.
like
That's so good.
it's like all you taste for a while. I don't like it.
Would like to get your opinions on kind of the modern age of music right now compared to your favorite decades of music, and just the differences, you know, between say like 60s music and how that compares to modern music today.
Yeah. In modern music, when you look at the pop charts, it's, in my opinion, it's nothing special. I don't get excited.
Nothing sticks around that long nowadays.
Yeah, that's just it.
The top charts, like, I don't know, I could bring up some songs that everyone's already forgot about. Like, what was that? Whoopa Gundam Style. And then there was like, I don't know, just crazes. Everyone's like, oh, for like 3 weeks.
Or the pen, pineapple, apple pen.
Okay, well
That was like an internet thing, and
Yeah,
it got up in the Billboard charts.
people were buying it.
Yeah, people
Really?
bought it, and it's like a minute-long song.
Wow.
I feel like people are always looking for the next best new thing. Maybe not best, I should say the next new thing. Just like, oh, this got a new sound. I kind of like it. They changed it up a little bit. A lot of people are really enjoying the dubstep. And I don't know, I just couldn't get into it myself. Yeah. It seems like that's what's taken over is pop, dubstep, and rap. And some country.
Yeah, I don't mind, like, Bruno Mars, what he's doing is he's kind of reviving old school funk almost. And he's putting like a modern hip hop vibe to it. I like that. If you can reimagine kind of old school stuff, I dig that. But
I think lately, producers and companies in a whole are realizing that they can make profits easier with less effort with computer technology today.
They make profit on personalities. Have you noticed it's not so much about the music, like the background music anymore? It's about like the singer.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
well, there's like one person. It's like, oh, Mariah Carey, and it's like her.
Bruno Mars.
And you don't see a band on stage. It's just a bunch of dancers. And they
It's
just
more
like,
like
oh, I press play now? Okay, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Like, start singing.
Like, that's super disappointing when, like, you go to a live show and it sounds exactly like the recording. I want to go to live shows to hear something different from the recording or something, you know.
New Year's, me and Adam and Austin and a few other people were watching the ball drop, and I think you shared something on Facebook with somebody like doing lip sync or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
That's surprising. Like,
She thinks she got, like, I don't know, she thinks it was planned. Someone was plotting against her. And I don't know. It could have been, but I mean, that's the danger you get when you try doing that stuff. If your earpiece isn't synced up, you're like, oh, where am I?
Well,
and then she like, took it out and
extreme
stuff.
frustration. It was like, you're right on live stage like that. That's like
awkward.
Was it Milli Vanilli back then in the 80s? She was a big lip syncing story, and her CDs had to get taken off the shelves and all that stuff. Recall. Yeah.
And you think that she'd know her own song, though, at least. I mean, even if the lip sync field, you think she'd at least know her own lyrics.
Like, it could have been the fact that there's just so many people, and everyone is just like, just
I
yelling.
you know,
And she was like talking about the monitor, like, can I get more out of this? Like, she was trying. She was just trying to talk to her sound guys, and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like, God. Yeah, I
guess in situation, I guess it could be a little more nerve wracking than just saying you could do that. But yeah, I feel what you're getting at there.
It's just pop music frustrates me. It's just, there's no complexity to it. And like, there are people who listen to music who like the complexity of songs. Like, those guys are usually the rockers, you know? And like me, I like that. But I'm also kind of an emotional listener. I'm really into like, I mean, I got into fun because it's very, I can't see through Nate Ruess's BS when he sings. And it seems like when I turn on the pop radio, they're just saying words with no emotion.
Yeah, I feel like it took less time to create that in the end.
And it's just frustrating to me because it's like it's gone, you know?
Yeah, there's no market anymore. They're not appealing to the people who are like, oh, really want to listen to this right now and feel it. They're appealing to the 12-year-olds who are super clingy, and they can just be like, oh, hot teenage boy, Justin Bieber. Like, so Justin Bieber got famous. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So 12-year-olds run the music industry, and the only way real musicians can make money nowadays is through festivals. Like, you can't really make money through streaming. That's a joke. You can sell albums, but how many people are buying like physical albums nowadays?
No, pop music definitely uses technology to its advantage. The internet has made it so quick for people to get satisfaction immediately. You know, they just go on iTunes and get that song right away, or YouTube for free. You know, so it's like,
There's really no point.
yeah,
There's no drive anymore.
Yeah. You know, oh, sorry.
Like back in the day, they'd like jazz big bands and stuff. They'd put on records. They'd be like, "Wow, this is Buddy Guy,
Right.
Or, no, Buddy Rich, and this is his big band," and it's like crazy. And then the only way they could see that in high quality is to go to a show at the nearby dance hall or something, and that's cool. It's almost like
it's more social too. You know?
it's social. Like you're not just like, oh, the new song, and you play it in your basement. You're like, whatever.
You're back with DreamTechMedia's podcast number 1. Well, let's jump back into it. I kind of want to talk about technology's influence on us in the modern day.
But before that one, I have an interesting question. Kind of throw it into music again. What do you guys predict? Anyone in here? What do you guys predict for 2017 being in the music industry? You think it's going to be similar to 2016? Is there going to be changes coming? What's your feel on that here?
Or what do you feel like should be a change, I guess, for the music? Where do you want it to see
What do you
go?
predict, and where do you want to see it go?
That's a tough one.
The alternative movement right now, in my opinion, is kind of on fire. Like, it's very good, and I wish that would get more popular. Like bands like Cage the Elephant and
Definitely the indie label too.
yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, they're showing people that music is fun, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
I mean,
and you can only see them at festivals and big shows. I mean, they're just as popular. I mean, I went to a festival this summer, and like so many people you can't even imagine. Like you look back, it's like holy like people are showing up for those shows too. People are always saying that the EDM crowd is going to take over, and I'm not so sure. I think it's just a lack of opportunity here, especially in North Dakota.
like I say this story a lot, but like I'm a huge fan of Green Day to this day. They have done some not so smart things, but I still like their old music. And regardless of how you think, like technically, or what you think of their music, like they put on a good show. Billy Joe Armstrong's just a good showman, and that's what made me fall in love with the band. Is because of the concert, you know? And it's just he has high energy, and it's just he just wants to stick it to the man, and he can produce a show to get the crowd into. Now it's like you see people dancing with dancers, and the crowd's just kind of just sitting there, just watching it.
Yeah, they're not too excited. They all got their phones out. Hopefully she comes over here.
They might sing along to their favorite song, but they're not into it the whole concert, like me and my sisters.
I still think like rock and roll and all punk rock and all that's super popular still, because I do like watch a lot of videos on YouTube about, like, you know, for example, 30 Seconds to Mars is I'd say kind of a rock band in some sense or way, and they play huge shows.
Yep.
I just don't think the media, you know, they don't really pay attention to those shows. They're like, oh, Rock 'em Ring? Yeah, that's not something we want to promote.
And these EDM shows are cheaper too. They're not, I mean, you can get a ticket for pretty cheap. If you want to go to like Coachella, Lollapalooza, you're paying a lot of money to go there, and I think that's also the decider. I mean, these bands are charging a lot because that's like, again, that's the only place they're making money nowadays.
It's the only way they can stay in business and keep making albums.
But yeah, they have to tour. So what they do is they tour, and they get enough money to make a new album so they can tour that album, and it's a never-ending cycle of just making enough money to make another album and then touring it.
The album companies, in some cases, will force the band to do that because they charge obscene amounts of money to the band to even make the album alone.
Yeah, they're kind of signing their soul away to a certain degree too. So
it's almost just worth it to be independent, get very good gear, and
make your own music.
Yeah.
That's
Do
how
you
you
think radio is or will be soon dead?
Yes, and TV too.
TV, huh? Okay.
How many people our
Streaming,
age?
yeah.
How many people our age do you know that like you go into their house, like, hey dude, what's up? And they just like turn on cable TV and start flicking through the channels.
I mean, I enjoy that, but no one else.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
the only reason you do is because it's free. You wouldn't pay for it. It's free.
Me and I would pay for PlayStation Q or Slingbox.
Well, yeah, but
I
that's
like
still
live
a streaming
TV.
service.
Yeah.
Of some
Yeah.
sort.
Everyone's got Netflix. Everyone like has Hulu.
And then with the way things are going, things are free online. You can find anything you want. New movies coming out, you can.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many websites and torrent places you can go.
You look at the views and stuff from cable TV, and then you look at like YouTube and stuff. It's not even close.
I think Netflix is just killing it right now. Especially, I mean, they're killing the TV shows because they're making their own now. They're going past the point of like taking content from other people. They're creating their own, and they're making it successful.
They started out as a tech startup, and now they're a studio.
They used to freaking send you movies. Remember that?
Yeah,
They used to
back
get
in
them
the
in the
day.
mail. I was like, oh, I really want that one, and then
Yeah.
you'd wait a couple days.
It's gonna be next Blockbuster, you know.
Well, see, they adapted, you know. Blockbuster didn't adapt. All these rental places, they're just like, meh, no one's gonna be streaming. That's a bunch of bull crap. And where's Blockbuster now? They're
done.
They're out.
They are out of
They
the game.
mentioned torrents. Your opinion on torrents? Do you think it's kind of cheap to do that? Is it taking money away from the creators, or?
It definitely takes money away from the creators.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know how people are. If they want to see something, if they want to hear something, might not necessarily can afford
Brings
it.
it back to technology. It allows people to get anything they want now for
Yeah.
free.
I mean, them to make music too.
Yeah, they might Wikipedia a few things and just, get away with it.
There's only so much you can do.
Which, like, for 60s music example, people couldn't do that, and so they had to try harder. They had to go to the store, and then once they're going to the store, they, maybe run into someone, their friend, or a special someone in the record store while they're trying to pick up their favorite album. And that's just how relationships.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
They leave their basement and they're like,
Yeah.
There's a world
there's a
out
world
here.
out here.
Yeah, see, I think that's gonna be a huge problem in the future. Because this fall, now it's streaming. The media's become instant to us. We don't even have to get our games from stores anymore. We can go out and buy our video games online and download them.
We can order food at home. We don't have to leave the house.
Yeah,
at
we can.
all.
Or Amazon's gonna start delivering food probably from drones eventually.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
We don't
I
have to
mean,
leave
there's
the house.
gonna
They
be
make
so
the
many
button.
things. And what's your guys' opinions on that? Like, honestly,
Yeah,
do you think our generation is going to have a lot less social skills, or is the internet going to improve social skills because we have Facebook, we have all these new ways to meet people? But do you think we're going to be less likely to go out and actually meet someone?
I think it depends on the person, but I think nowadays there's going to be more of those kind of people. I mean, you look back in the day, back when PS1 and like the first game systems came out, there were still those people who were just like plugged in, and they didn't go outside, they didn't freaking do anything.
Right.
So it's always been there, but I feel like it's going to be amplified. And I think yeah, I mean, you got a dating app. Oh, swipe right.
Right.
Oh, here's my girl I want to hang out with. I saw her photo on my phone.
Yeah.
It's changing.
But I think it also is beneficial too. I mean, I feel like the technology improvements throughout the last 20 years has it's helped us quite a bit, and it's also hurt us quite a bit.
The benefits of it, though, is that we are socializing more in terms of like we're talking to people, maybe not person to person, but we're talking more, and it's also opened up ways to see other cultures.
The communication is there.
There's no way we could know what was going on in Greece in like the 60s, 70s. Now we have the internet. We can explore other countries and other cultures and kind of experience what they're experiencing.
There's also like, I don't know what I was gonna say.
I just gotta say, like, in the future, and even this generation, if the government turns, they have all of our information, because we just press agree.
You're just being a conspiracy.
Well, he's an IT guy, so I mean,
I
hey,
was just gonna say 3 out of 4 of us right now are probably.
I don't know crap, but I'll take his word for it.
Me and a lot of people,
No.
a lot of people don't know the contracts between,
Oh, they can say anything.
Microsoft
iTunes,
and Apple,
Facebook.
I remember
Microsoft and Apple,
You remember the first year
to the government.
Nick was telling us, we had a professor named Nick. Our professor Nick was telling us all about that. Like, do you guys ever read that?
Terms and agreements.
Yeah, terms and agreements. Like there was like a story of like one that had like a prize at the end of it or something. If you read through it all.
Oh yeah. If you scroll all the way down
Because they
to the
know
bottom.
nobody's gonna freaking look through the whole thing.
Good job by, kind of over dramatizing the fact that they can steal your children. If I think that's listed at the bottom of it. Yeah, and it's they're just trying to press that thought that they really can do a lot. Corporations can do a lot without you knowing it.
Oh yeah, because when you see like 60 plus pages for this agreement, it's like I'm not gonna print it out and show it to my lawyer. I'm just gonna press agree. And they know that
common people like us are not gonna read that.
Right.
We just want.
It's kind of scary. It's disheartening. You hope there's no one like that in power who's gonna just take advantage of that shit because they easily could.
Wouldn't do that. Big companies can't do that at the current moment. They'd lose so many customers. People would not go to their services if people would know that.
I mean, you saw the movie Snowden.
Yeah.
They had a freaking... Where was that at? Utah? They just had a huge building that was just servers.
I forget the location.
People weren't allowed into it. I think it might be... It's Utah, somewhere in the...
Somewhere down there. But yeah, they have a server and they can look up anyone. But the thing about Snowden was, it's not that they would directly look up you. Like, let's say you're associated with a terrorist and you don't know that. Let's say a buddy of yours is doing some, unethical stuff. So the FBI, CIA, whatever, would be looking that up, and they'd be looking through associates of them, to get more information on him. So they'd be looking up your information, possibly. Sure. And that's a scary thought.
That is a scary thought. Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know how, close the movie was to reality, but watching that really opens your eyes up and makes you wonder.
Yeah, he had to flee to Russia, or else they were going to put him away for life and probably interrogate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
Or like how our teacher says, if you break a certain encryption, and the government finds out about it, you'll probably be in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Or they'll probably have you in a jail cell. You'll have to work for your food.
Or they'll be like, this guy's smart. You're one of us now.
That's what I'm saying. Here's some food if you can figure this out.
Hey guys, we're back with the podcast, and we're going to continue to talk here because got some interesting topics going on right now.
Hey guys, it's scarce.
We we left off at kind of encryptions and bottom of the sea, and you're screwed, or you're getting hired by the government.
Dude, these are the conversations.
So uplifting.
This changes the world here.
These are the good kind of conversations right here. The ultra paranoid, they're gonna be at my door soon.
Like this guy is the most paranoid person ever. Here we go.
Oh shit! Show it to the camera, man.
Oh, here we go.
Daniel Pretzer, the biggest Pink Floyd fan you'll ever meet in your life.
Dude, it's not just an addiction; it's love at this point.
You should have a life-sized Roger Waters pillow.
Oh
Just
God,
no! Go to bed at night.
He's on his way out. He's like 74.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
He can still tickle the strings.
That DVD wherever you go.
No, I brought it for this, but
Does anybody have a DVD player? Anybody?
At the counter register, she's just working. You're like, hey, want to come watch some Roger Waters?
You're breaking the Best Buy.
You want to watch the most depressing shit you've ever seen?
Come on, watch it.
She's like,
you
yeah.
You can watch the Kurt Cobain documentary.
Oh God. Yo, I heard an awesome.
That's a good topic too. Kurt Cobain.
I heard an awesome theory, and my sister thinks it's true. She thinks Courtney Cox killed Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, there's a documentary.
People say
it was a suicide note. It looks like a right-handed person.
It's Courtney Love. Courtney Love.
People on Reddit have
who did I
said,
say?
Courtney Cox is the one from
That's from
Friends.
Yeah.
People on Reddit have said oh, well, the last 4 lines don't even look like the same handwriting. I mean, I don't know what to think. I was looking at photos on YouTube of Kurt Cobain's suicide. Yeah. And there was exclusive photos and stuff, and some of them are interesting. It's a far-fetched kind of theory, though.
Theories about Jimi Hendrix too. They say his manager hired somebody to kidnap the guy because he was about to frickin' leave his manager. He hired someone to kidnap Jimi Hendrix and was and so he would come to the rescue, and Jimmy would be like, "Wow, I need you after all," and that was part of his death. It's
he died at 27, right?
He died
there's that theory that a bunch of all the 20
Stars
it's 27
die at
Club,
7.
I think. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, he.
Robert Johnson was the first to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then I think of like Jim Morrison and the Doors, but that guy was always
He was
drunk.
pretty cuckoo.
Yeah.
I read a little bit of it, like the book he put out. Or he didn't put it out. It's like a kind of a biography,
Yeah.
and it's called "No One Here Gets Out Alive."
Yeah.
It's really interesting. The guy was.
Hollywood referring to?
What's that?
What are they referring to? Like Hollywood?
That's lyric to 5 to 1, I think.
Okay.
There we go.
One of the songs. Yeah.
But it was very good. The guy was out of his mind. He was drunk. He was cheating on his
wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he had some like anxiety issues. Like for a few concerts, he'd actually face his back to the stage or to the.
Yeah.
Always be so fucking drunk, and he'd always try pulling his dick out. The thing you don't know about this guy is he was like, he had a thing, and he's like, I might just pull my dick out on stage, and his manager's just like, no, don't do it.
He finally did it
Please.
and got arrested.
Well, he's always he got arrested in Florida,
Yeah.
and it was just like he was always trying to just pull his dick out, and the manager's like, no, and he got arrested for something conduct,
Yeah.
disorderly I don't know, whatever.
And then he was like 3 hours late to a concert because his flight got delayed,
And
or he
people were,
missed the flight,
and
or
people
something.
were so pissed. They
Oh,
were
God.
they were just sitting. It was the
They're rioting.
same concert.
Was it?
They were sitting in this hot airplane hangar, just dying, and they're waiting for the
Oh.
band to show up for 3 hours.
Say what? When I'm listening to LA Woman on the radio, I'm not thinking this is the lead singer of a guy that wants to pull his dick. Doesn't seem right.
Well, that has an interesting story too. He's so drunk in that when he recorded that. I'm surprised he stayed in key and like screamed in key for that.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
were all not. Well, the only musician truly was the piano player, and the rest of them were like, "Oh, we figured this out," and they did, and they became huge. They were huge.
Yeah.
I like the Doors.
There's a Netflix documentary about him, I think, too. Gotta watch it.
What were we talking about? Cobain.
Paul McCartney, he's dead. We all know it.
More conspiracies.
Dude, I brought a shirt for you, by the way. I forgot to bring it here, but I brought it from home. I used to have a shirt that said Paul is dead, and you can only read it in a mirror.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's
I used to have that shirt. I wore it to school.
people are like, what?
Yeah, the only
This
people.
guy's weird, dude.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, you knew I was into that conspiracy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My senior year,
Yeah.
my history teacher and my band teacher, they had to hear it from me, and they either got very mad about it because they know it's not true, or they just like, whatever, get over it.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up a good question the other day. You said if Kurt Cobain was still alive, do you think the music industry would be a little different now today?
I think, I've heard the question before, so that's why I had to brought it up. So.
I don't
It's kind of interesting.
Do you think he would just still?
I
You think he'd be a hard junkie at that point if he was still alive? Or?
I just think that a lot of these people get hyped up so much because they die. You know, I mean, it sounds super, just like, just kind of asshole-ish to say it.
I
but
completely
I mean,
agree.
he dies, everyone freaks out. Whitney
Yeah.
Houston,
There's a revolution
David Bowie. I mean, I'm not saying these guys aren't talented. I'm just saying they die. There's a big interest. Oh no, we got to remember his death. And honestly, I think Dave Grohl has like carried on his legacy even better than he probably would have. I mean, he was a drummer for him in his band, and now he's like debatably a better guitar player, better songwriter. Debatably, no, this is all opinions.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I think it's Kurt Novoselic or something like that. He
Something like that.
hasn't done much after that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he still uses the same producer as
Yep.
they had at Nevermind, though. That's interesting.
Oh, that Butch Vig.
Butch Vig, he's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah. They, I know this is debatable, but I think he produced the best Green Day album, 21st Century Breakdown.
Really?
That's my favorite in my opinion, but
That's when they kind of made it on the well, I think maybe American Idiot was where they made it. But,
yeah.
But yeah, you're like 21 Guns was on the radio for months.
Even Know Your Enemy.
Yep.
Like I remember that song being big.
And they had attitude. I give them that.
Then they released 3 very bad albums because Billy Joe was on cocaine. Literally.
Here's another question here, I guess. Were you guys excited for any new album releases coming out in 2017 this year? Anything interesting
You said Dan Auerbach. You just told me that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is-
The guy from the Black Keys has a new solo album coming out. He put out one a while back, and it was super bluesy, roots kind of stuff. It's not going to appeal to everyone. Everyone who's like, oh, I love Black Keys, and they know like 3 Black Keys songs. They probably won't like it. Yeah, Gold on the Ceiling, Lonely Boy, Fever, Howling for You, Tighten Up. But yeah, he's a talented guy, so I'm excited to see what he does. And then I think Cage the Elephant might do something. The Shins. If you guys ever heard of the Shins,
They're doing a new thing?
they have a new album coming out,
What?
and you can already pre-order it. So that's gonna be
That's going to be good.
it's gonna be my stuff for a while.
I mean, as far as my influences, I don't think Green Day's coming out with anything. I know Fun's like broken up. They haven't gotten back together. Roger Waters is coming out with something, but I never really liked his solo stuff. I just liked his stuff from Pink Floyd.
What do you think about the newest Pink Floyd album?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm the hardcore fan that has kind of like how they talk about the Beatles in the 3 eras, like the early Beatles, psychedelic, and then like the after the later Beatles. That's how I see Pink Floyd. I see like their first album was Syd Barrett. That's one of their eras, and then they got into like soundscape stuff, and then Dark Side of the Moon, and there From the Wall was their prime. There's like 4 albums there, and then after that they did the Final Cut, which wasn't good, and Roger Waters composed and wrote every song for that, so it was like his first solo album. And then after that it was David Gilmour. It was the band without Roger Waters, and I don't really like
You have
it.
a favorite album?
It's Dark Side of the Moon.
No.
That's the world's favorite.
Well, it is a great album, and I love listening to it, but I've been debating it. In high school, The Wall was what got me through high school. I felt like I could relate to it.
A lot of social issues now.
Well,
I
yeah.
guess with Dark Side too, but
How about like a favorite song of Pink Floyd?
Favorite song?
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
Run Like Hell. Definitely one of my
Like Hell?
favorites, yeah.
I gotta say, mine's personally still, and I love this one still to this day. I Wish You Were Here.
Mhm.
That
Oh,
one's
yeah.
my favorite by far.
Yeah.
What about you, Austin? You got a favorite Pink Floyd song?
oof, that's difficult. Great Gig in the Sky is up there.
That's amazing.
Um,
Local talent, to this day, I still want Kat Perkins to do that.
Do you know who'd be better than that? Natasha Sickler.
Oh, yeah. That would be insane.
Dude, she covered Adele's Hello, like on piano. Natasha Sickler, she goes to BSC.
Yeah, she's an amazing
She doesn't really do a
vocalist.
whole lot, unfortunately, but dude, she covered Hello on piano, and it was like,
you gotta get her to
I was in the crowd. I was like mind freaking blown, goosebumps on my arm.
Yeah.
And I even told her, I was like, you
Was
killed
that
it.
before or after all the internet memes kind of ruined the song? Like the
Probably
song
during that.
Because yeah.
But yeah, she'll probably never watch this podcast, so
No. But, like,
just empty compliments.
one Pink Floyd album that I know Adam will like, because you really like guitar-driven stuff, Animals. You've listened to Animals, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's when punk was getting big in
It's
the late
the
70s.
one that's based off of
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm.
Yeah.
I've heard a
got
couple
the-
off it. I haven't really listened
Sheep
to
is
it.
my favorite on that one.
Sheep is very good.
So that's the end of the first podcast. Thank you, Adam and Dan, again for coming on.
in.
And
Thanks for having us.
Good to
It's
get
been
your
real fun.
opinions on shit.
Thanks for chilling.
so,
It was a good time.
all right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Woo.